Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. So glad to have you. So today we are doing your equinox reading. The equinox is on September 22nd, and of course, we're going into a new season in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the autumn equinox, and in the Southern Hemisphere, of course, the spring equinox. And, you know, the equinox is a time where, you know, we're kind of like cleaning out our closets as we transition from one season to the next, taking a look at what, you know, our clothing, you know, has it expired? Can you still wear it? Will it go through another season or not? And then, you know, also kind of like preparing for the next season, you know, bringing out clothes that you may have in storage or something like that. Well, this is kind of like a spiritual, you know, situation for us too. Taking a moment to celebrate the things that you have accomplished over the last 6 months. It could be a goal that you reached, that you wanted to reach, or it could even be just kind of like, you know, allowing some people, places, or situations in your life to leave your life, you know, to embrace the idea of bringing new into your life. So we're going to first take a quick look at the last 6 months, and then we'll take a look at what you can expect in the next 6 months. You know, what will be new, any obstacles that you may have, and advice from Spirit. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. All right, Cancer, long intro. Sorry about that, but I got the cards out, so we're ready to get started. So let's see. We're going to first take a look at the last 6 months. Grounding, go deep, explore your roots. Okay, so I feel like this is the energy of the last 6 months where you really have been spending a lot of time looking at, you know, people, situations in your life. I know a lot of you from your comments have been allowing certain people or situations to leave your life. And then the ones that you're still, you know, wanting to have connections with, it's kind of like going back and, you know, really looking at the foundation, the roots of that person, relationship, or situation, and kind of like reassessing, okay, how much time and energy you want to put into those. So what to celebrate? You have stepped into a new world, perhaps. You have new supportive connections coming in. Now, the reason those new supportive connections are coming in is because you have allowed yourself to let go of some people or situations that no longer, you know, were for your higher good. So let's see yeah, look at this. Wow, nice. You've done the healing. You've gone within. So you have the Strength card and the Moon card. You know, having the strength to surrender to this journey, right? And then with the King of Pentacles, you know, becoming more grounded. You have the grounding energy, right? Going deep, doing a lot of grounding. You know, the root chakra is, you know, where we heal our root chakra, I should say, through grounding activities such as being in nature, walking barefoot in grass or dirt or sand. It's also about, you know, eating, you know, foods that are grown underground, like potatoes or carrots, you know, root vegetables. But I also feel like you have spent a lot of time, you know, on your financial stability, on grounding yourself, of not allowing your emotions to take over your actions, but coming from a more grounded, more stable type of energy. And that is what has put you into this new world with new supportive connections coming in. And if you have not yet, okay, gotten to that point, you will soon with this equinox. And what you're leaving behind, this energy of back and forth of, and you have truly had this in your readings over the last 6 months. You know, do I want them in my life? Do I not? Do I want them? No. Yes, no. Yes, no. Right? I mean, your readings were even like that. It was like 1 week you wanted the person in your life, the next week you didn't. So I feel as if what you're doing is stepping into your confidence of knowing who and what you want in your life as you move forward in this next 6 months, and leaving behind this energy of, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. It could also be that you were attracting in people that had that energy of the back and forth, right? Here today, gone tomorrow, here again, gone again, you know. You could have been attracting in people like that, but it's the reason you were attracting that in is because you weren't sure yourself. It's about stepping into your, you know, decisive energy of knowing what it is that you want and being confident about it. You know, no back and forth. I love that energy. Yes, because look at this. Yeah, High Priestess, going within to see what it is that you want. I feel like you did have some options coming in. You know, this could have been in career. This could have been in relationships. You had some options coming in, but then once again, you were going back and forth, right? You had to get on top of, it was almost like a sense of indecisiveness. You weren't really sure what you really wanted. So what you've had to do, which was wonderful, was go within with the High Priestess. Yeah. And go within to do the healing that you needed so that you could decide what it is that you truly want for yourself. Because here is what to embrace. That, you know, you have the higher self and the Three of Wands. Knowing that, you know, it's interesting here. One of the reasons that you could have had this back and forth energy here is a little bit of this energy of you let some people or situations leave your life, right? But new things weren't coming in fast enough. And so you could have gotten into an energy of being fearful of, I'm going to be alone then, or I'm not going to have anything. So then taking back or accepting the energy of people that you, or situations that you had let go of, right? Well, maybe I should bring them back in because nothing new has happened, right? Nothing new has come onto my path. Now what you're doing, this is a lovely energy of knowing that it is worth waiting for those things that are truly aligned with who you are and who you want to become. That before you may have had this back and forth energy because it was like, well, I let a lot of things go, but now my closet is empty, right? It's kind of like, okay, I got to get some stuff in here because I'm feeling kind of lonely in my closet and I got nothing to wear. So now you're kind of like, no, wait a minute, that backfired on me because then I had to let some more people or situations go. So I was in this energy of not making any progress. I was bringing in new things, but they were not in alignment with who I really was wanting to be or to become. So now I think you're in this energy. What Spirit is saying is embrace the energy of being willing to be patient and to wait and to know that it is coming in for you. Yes. Four of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, kind of like having to put down the burdens of things from the past that, you know, you still may have some bittersweet memories of, but it's kind of like, yeah, I really have to put that down and I have to step into my truth. I have to step into who I truly am. So I'm no longer going to toy with bringing back things from the past if they're not truly in alignment with my higher self. If they are in alignment with my higher self, I'm going to be truthful and allow those things to come back. So there could actually be some people or situations that you did let go of that now you're thinking about bringing back in, and that would be fine as long as they are in alignment with your higher self. I feel like you've kind of gone through this transition, right, about who you are and who you want to become. It's kind of like, you know, you cleaned out your closet, you got rid of all the shoes, so you go shoe shopping. And you're not really sure, what kind of shoes do I want for the new Cancer, right? So you try on a lot of different styles. I feel like the last 6 months, you may have done a lot of trying on of different people, situations, right? Trying to figure out which ones fit with me. It could be that you thought a new style of shoe was what you were going to want, and you purchased those shoes. You took them home and you realized you couldn't walk more than 10 feet in them without your feet hurting, right? So it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. I remember those flats that I had in the past. They really are more like me. I thought for a short time that I didn't want that in my life anymore. But I do feel like for some of you, you may be rethinking somebody or some situation that you let go of in the last 6 months, that you're kind of like, wait a minute, I think I do want that person or that situation back in my life. And you're really kind of like scrutinizing it and recognizing, yeah, that would be worth putting some time and effort into. Because what we have here is the victim mentality and the loving man. Well, with these two cards, what we're seeing here is that, one day you may have felt like, yes, this is a person I would love to have in my life, right? Or a situation. And then the next day you're kind of like, no, they hurt me. I don't want them in, in my life. So it's kind of like an emotional roller coaster, right? And that's okay, Cancer, because I feel like you were really kind of coming into your own about, who you are and who you want to be, because you've had to have the strength to do this internal kind of like healing and also understanding of yourself and the world. But now you're willing to offer, to people and situations, whether they're from the past or they're new onto your path. It's like, yes, now I know what kind of seeds I'm looking for, right? Coming into an alignment of understanding, okay, what seeds do I want? What seeds am I willing to put my time and energy into? You could have felt like you were, honestly, for some time, just scattered. Like your energy was just too fragmented because you had too much in your life. And now what you're understanding is, well, if I only plant a couple of seeds, right? Or 2 or 3 seeds, and I put a lot of time and energy into nurturing those, then I'll have something that is long lasting. Whereas before you could have literally had like 20 seeds, right? And put your time and energy into 20 different people, relationships, or situations. And you were just too scattered, right? And that's why things maybe weren't quite working out for you, right? Now you're understanding, no, I don't need all of those different people and situations. All I need is a couple of really good situations in my life, people in my life, and put my time and energy into that, and things will grow from there. I really love that energy. Lots of healing with that, understanding that you truly are walking on your spiritual path, and for a lot of you towards a beautiful new love. Really lovely energy. Okay, so that's the last 6 months. I mean, wow, big transformation that you've gone through. So now let's see what you have, moving forward. Valiant courage, take action with passion, and the gates of triumph. Oh my goodness. Cancer. This is lovely energy. I mean, seriously, lovely energy. But I think it's because you've gotten your focus. You know where you want to put your time and energy now. And it's kind of like, okay, now I know what it is that I want in my life. And now I can focus my time and energy instead of feeling so scattered. Okay, so what do we have here? What's new on your journey? You have the Family card and you have the High Priestess card. So, the High Priestess is really about, secrets being revealed. And it could be about family. I'm not going to say family secrets are coming out of the closet, but it's almost this energy of family love or situations around family. And, I'll even say work family, okay, or friend family, your soul tribe, let's say that, right? About opening up, okay, some of the feelings or emotions that people in your life may have been keeping secret, or you may have been keeping secret from some of these people. Cancer, you have had that energy in your readings for some time about, really kind of doing a deep dive around mostly family relationships. And I know from your comments that a lot of you have gone through some really difficult times in your family connections. So I feel feel as if you are really coming into the gates of triumph in those situations. So let's see where this is going, because this is lovely. Sun, Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, King of Swords could have to do with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, yeah. Kind of could perhaps be reuniting with a Cancer, I'm sorry, not Cancer, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But really also kind of stepping into this energy of understanding that even if you kind of reunite, and once again, it could be a family member or a friend member or a coworker, right? That you're at this point where the two of you, I feel, have done some healing, and now you can have healthy boundaries. Perhaps in the past there weren't healthy boundaries, but because we have the independence, this sense of independence here, it's kind of like understanding that, okay, we can come back together, but yet we can have new roles within this connection, right? You're not falling back into some old roles. This is a lovely energy. You have the Sun card, going kind of in a, you have the Three of Wands twice. Something that you've really waited for a long time. Page of Pentacles. I feel like this person may actually reach out to you, or you may reach out to them. But whatever the offer, it is solid. It is coming from the heart. It is true and authentic. It is not on a whim. I feel like this person is really and truly trying to open up. There's a sense of opening, pulling back the veil with the High Priestess, pulling back the veil of, the emotions perhaps that you have been feeling for some time, or perhaps this person is also, showing their emotions about this situation too. So what's your biggest obstacle? Now remember, that's something that is going to come into fruition over the next 6 months, right? So what's your biggest obstacle? Yeah, trying to decide, is this person, this situation really on your spiritual path? So let's go ahead and clarify that. Yeah, Four of Wands. I do feel, King of Cups, there you are, King of Swords. Interesting, because you're coming into your own reading. It's kind of like stepping into an energy of in the past, it could have been that you analyzed this from the head, the ego, and now kind of like stepping into this energy of really being in your heart, making this decision based on what your heart wants, what your soul wants, and not kind of what your ego wants. I feel like there's a lot of hurt feelings in this situation on both sides. That has been coming up in your readings, but I feel as if, once again, I really feel like there is a reuniting, but the reuniting is not coming because of the ego. It's not because I feel obligated to this person because they are related to me, or I feel, some sense of obligation. This is kind of like analyzing it. Instead, it's because I want this person in my life. They want you in their life. It's kind of the happy family, okay? Happy family, happy home card. For some of you, this could be a twin flame. This is also the twin flame, symbol. But I feel like there's a lot of healing in this situation because it has moved out of the head and into the heart space. So it's no longer kind of a decision about the head of, scattering your energy too sparsely. You could have done that for a while, like spread yourself too thin, because this whole situation was so painful. It was kind of like, I want to distract myself with other things. But now you're kind of understanding, okay, wait a minute. I'm distracting myself, but there's something really important that I truly want in my life. Your obstacle is your self-doubt that this can be worked out because you have the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. But the energy here is that this can be worked out, that this can go in the direction that you're wanting. You know, it's about refocusing your time and energy and perhaps not scattering it to a lot of things, and understanding that if you put more time, energy, love, support, nurturing energy into this relationship, and they do too, it's a two-way street, right? That things can come back together. Okay, so your advice, you have fear and the Knight of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and clarify that. I really feel like part of it is that this has been taking so long. You're just fearful that it's not going to happen, you know? So let's see what we have here. I feel like there's more than one person in the situation. So it's kind of a little bit about allowing the divine to do the work in the background, right? Around you, to try to, it's kind of like herding cats, you know, that energy of trying to get everybody on the same page at the same time. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, I mean, Six of Swords, moving from turbulent times into more calm times, working on this. Somebody here is really trying to manifest for this to come back together, whether it's you or somebody else. And the King of Wands. So we have a lot of divine masculine energy in this reading. So yeah, balancing things out. There's a sense of having to give and take in this situation. Cancer, that could be, this is your advice, that could be the hardest thing for you. Because sometimes when your feelings are hurt, okay, you can be one of those signs that really internalizes that. And then you sometimes can hold a grudge, a little bit of a grudge, right? So you may be kind of wanting, okay, this person to give a lot more, okay, than they're giving at this time. You could be kind of like feeling, well, they have to give more than that. But it's kind of like, you don't have to give more to them, Cancer. I'm not saying that. But it's kind of like, okay, if they gave you 2 pentacles, would it be okay if you gave 2 pentacles? And then see what they come back. I think there's going to be a lot of give and take. There's going to have to be a lot of conversations, perhaps. I don't think this happens overnight. And I feel like that's one of your fears. It's going to take too long for this to come back together. Do I really want to put time and energy into something that is going to take a long time to bring back together? The reason it's going to take so long, though, is you have the Knight of Pentacles, you know, an energy of building a strong foundation. What has occurred in the past, okay? There was a break in trust. And when we break trust, you know, I'm not saying you broke their trust. I think trust has been broken on both sides. When the trust is broken, then it takes a lot of time to rebuild that trust. And I feel like that you're willing to do that. You know, there's some type of an offer. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles a couple of times. There's an offer coming in that is solid. And it's kind of like, it may be a pentacle right now, and you're kind of like, well, wait a minute, they have to come in with love. They can't come in with a pentacle. You know, it's kind of like, be flexible a little bit, Cancer. This is your advice from Spirit. Kind of like, just go with the flow a little bit, okay? And once again, I'm not saying you have to overgive. It's kind of like maybe allowing yourself to have more flexibility in your thinking while this is going on. Because, you know, the Emperor, that is a person that kind of like, you know, is very, you know, very strong in their energy. So soften that and have a little bit more give and take, because Knight of Pentacles, again, you know, it's about holding on to the healthy boundaries that you have created for yourself. I feel like this person has also built some healthy boundaries. So at the very beginning, it could be that the two of you, okay, have these new healthy boundaries. but it could be that you need a little bit of time to get used to these new healthy boundaries, right? And both of you could be a little bit fearful of this person, of the other person, I should say, or the other people in this situation, crossing those boundaries. So it's a little bit about, here's my line in the sand, don't cross it, right? It's kind of like understanding that the boundaries may be crossed a little bit. It's using, reminders, perhaps, kind reminders, compassionate reminders, because as you do that, okay, you are building a strong foundation for this relationship on down the line. But, once again, it is about having those healthy boundaries, restating your healthy boundaries, right? And also listening to them about their boundaries. And then just giving it a little time to go back and forth until you hit that easy new type of relationship that you're going to have with this person. You're not going back to the same relationship, okay? So that's that. If that's one of your fears, it's not going to be that. I don't think if it goes back to what it was before, you're going to walk away, right? That's not what you want, because you have these new healthy boundaries. But it is a little bit about training each other, okay, what those new healthy boundaries are. Really lovely energy. And I do want to point out, this is part of your spiritual journey, right? Sometimes what we have to realize is that the relationships that we put time and energy into to help them heal and come back and be stronger than ever before, that is a lot of soul evolution. So keep that in mind a little bit, that there is a bigger picture to this. And I do want to say, you have value and courage and the gates of triumph. You are going to be triumphant in this situation. You truly are. You're not giving up anything, which is, if that's one of your fears, you're really not giving up anything. So I love that energy for you. All right, let's take a look at your soul truth card. And Cancer, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? Interesting. Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head. Oh my goodness. Where's my King of Swords? I think he's in the bottom here, right? You were all up in your head. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Ask yourself what it is that your soul really wants. What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Yes. I mean, I think it's so interesting because we had that energy about being up in your head with that King of Swords and then replacing that with your King of Cups, right? Going from being in your head back more into your heart space. I feel like you are, but I also feel like the person that you're dealing with is also, like, the two of you have done a lot of healing, or more people, whoever, have done a lot of healing in this situation. You worked on your boundaries, each of you, and now it's about coming back together, but looking at this in a much different light, and also recognizing that this is truly part of your spiritual path. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Cancer, I do appreciate all your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I really do hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.